Here at Westminster, doing a quick video review of their cross-country course, 5K for high school. The start line is right here. The runners will advance between the two fields in this tight little gap, go all the way around the baseball field, come back around, and then come back by the start line, run up this hill on the back side, and come back around and down this little hill. But the course is primarily flat for the first 3/4 of a mile. They'll then go out around the football field and over to the hilly section of the course. The flat section of the course will continue around the football field underneath this bridge, and then you'll begin a series of uphills. This is the first uphill after the bridge. As you can see, it's quite steep. Following the first uphill to the first downhill. Be careful with your footing on the downhill. The downhill is not very long. You will cross this drive and then continue on up the second hill to the 1 mile marker. From the 1 mile marker, the trail continues up this hill, following the road. It is a long, gradual uphill. At the midpoint of hill number 2, there's a long gradual uphill, which then turns into a steep uphill and a tight corner. As you can see, you'll really need to bear down and climb on this hill. And there's a deer in the middle of the cross-country trail. As you move up the second hill, watch out for deer. And hill number 2 has a continued uphill that is steep. Once reaching the top of hill number 2, you'll turn and have another small downhill till you get to the next crossover before hill number 3. The end of hill number 2 goes down to a bridge before the start of hill number 3. Immediately after the bridge, there's a steep start to hill number 3. After a brief steep hill, the course flattens out. The course continues down a hill. This hill is long and winding, and the footing is very rough and rocky. Best to stay on the right side of the course at this point. Continuing down the hill, the footing is better on the left side of the trail. At the bottom of the hill is another bridge. There's a small uphill to start hill number 4. Hill number 4 is very brief, then it's mostly level. Continuing on the trail, it remains level. And there's a small final hill, not very long and not very steep. This is near the top of hill number 4. Here's the start of hill number 4. It's not as steep as hills number 1 and 2. It's not as steep as hills 1 and 2, but it is a long gradual uphill. They've done some course repairs in the middle of it, so the footing will be better. Continuation of hill number 4. In the middle of hill number 4, there's a short flat area followed by another uphill. Here's the second uphill section of hill number 4. After going up the second section of hill number 4, there's a slight downhill followed by a flat area and then a third uphill section. Once reaching the final stop at the top of hill number 4, there's a winding downhill section to the road. Careful footing on the downhill section to the road. Crossing the road, this is roughly the halfway point of the course. Most of the rest of the course is downhill and then flat. Careful footing once crossing the road. After crossing the road, the course continues on a long winding downhill. Coming out of the woods, the trail continues on to the practice fields.